Welcome back, guys. Exciting times. We've got wheels. So I found them quite cheap. Quite rare to be in an 18-inch in 5x100, which is the PCD. They're 8.5J wide, and they're awesome.
The finish on the wheels aren't great, so there are some flaking areas. So we've sanded it right back to the metal. So we've got a good contact for our primer to go on, and then build it up in base colour and then clear coat. So we're going to go with a silver Audi Ice Grey, which has got like a bluey tinge to it, which I think will accent the blue on the car quite nicely. So yeah, going in with a sander, doing the inserts by hand and getting ready for paint.
Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. I'm running the race and I'm faster than them. Yeah, yeah. All of the trash, forget them. I'm running the race and I'm faster than them. Yeah, yeah. All of the trash, forget them. She hooked on me. Who you naughty, throw the book on me. Oh Lord, I did my time, they got me shook on me, You know I gotta come back. You know I gotta get the racks. You know I gotta get them M's. I'm running the race and I'm faster than them. Yeah, yeah. All of the trash, forget them. I'm running the race and I'm faster than them. Yeah, yeah. All of the trash, forget them. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Who am I? I'm the greatest. Who am I? I'm getting paid. Who am I? I'm so flagrant. Flagrant, 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 flagrant,
Okay, so I got a deal on Amazon. You get 2 clears, clear coat, clear lacquer. You get 2 primers and 2 of a mixed colour. If you give them the code, they'll match it for you. So I've gone for Ice Age Silver for the wheels. So we're going to prime it first, colour it, and then lacquer it.
Now we're adding the silver, keeping a nice distance and flow when I'm using the spray can. And finally, putting the clear coat on, maintaining that distance and flow to get a nice even coverage, starting with the inserts first and then the face of the wheel.
Right, I'm running out of daylight, so that's an unlacquered wheel. And then as you go over here, so it's like really white. Apparently it's moisture under the lacquer or within the lacquer. I'm guessing it's an aerosol thing, but it did say this one hasn't been lacquered either. That's a respray spot there in silver. And this one was the first one they did. It's like grey primer in comparison. But if you look there, it's starting to dry out and that's silver there inside. Then it goes grey again. So it's a case of letting it dry and hopefully it goes back to silver with a nice glossy finish. But if we look, it's hard to get a reflection. But yeah, You get the idea. Right, so I've just been heating it up with the heat gun for about 10-15 minutes. Yes, I've got some drips, so I'm going to have to sand them and give it another coat, but it's getting more metallic-y, and if we go from there to the non-lacquered one, it's a lot closer now. So I think it is just gassing out. Once it dries tomorrow, this wheel's quite warm now. It should be nice and silver and glossy. And there's the other one. I heated this one as well. Get a good angle. I think it needs another dust over. Okay, so this one's reacted. I don't know if you can see all this texture. It's like bubbles. And it goes really, really flat. There. So I need to sand this back with 2000 grit and then 3000 grit to get it flat and then polish it back. It's only in certain areas as well. It's worse there. That's all solid. And then as you go in, it gets better. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're having a couple of issues with the aerosols, and this is the nature of what they do. So they build up on the nozzle and then it just sort of drips off. Get a zoom in on that, there we go. So the nozzle's not that clean, it's got a lot of frays on the plastic, and it just captures and then drips onto your wheel. So what it'll do is just let this dry, sand it back, more colour on, and then it'll be spot on. Right, so we've got our wheel here. It's fully painted, it's all dry. What I'm going to do is hit it with some 3000 grit on top of there. That's 1000. 3000 grit, wet it, sand it so it's nice and flat again. I don't want any texture. Then I'm going to hit it with a machine polisher and polish it right back to a gloss, and it's going to look the dog's dangles. Let's get on with that. Okay, so just flattened it back, and now we're going to polish it with some Koch Chemi Heavy Cut. I've got some budget tyres strapped on them. Again, we're on a budget here, so I'm just thinking MOT, get it passed. So I'm going to fit these on now. I've also got some spigot rings. I've also bought some spacers, which I'll get into. Okay, so we're running 10mm spacers on the front. Because the wheels are 8J wide, they will catch the suspension at the top. So I've had to bring it out slightly to clear that, which also means the wheel will sit roughly about here and the tyre will tuck in. So it'll be a good fitment and have that sort of bulldog stance. At the rears, we've got a 20mm spacer going on. So that goes on there. Okay. So there's 20mm at the back. The wheels do sit in a bit further in at the rear. So that'll bring them out nicely. Now, spigot rings. Okay, so spigot rings. Essentially, the inside lip of the wheel here. So that is larger than that. So essentially, that's going to go in there and fill the gap. Like that. And then that goes onto there. It gives you an easier fitment onto the hub. Also, when you're trying to get the wheel and the bolts to mate up, it makes it far easier once the wheel sits on there properly. So I've bought those spigot rings as well, just to help keep a snug fit, so everything's not going to fall off, which it shouldn't do anyway, obviously, because it's bolted on. Also, to accommodate for the spacers, we've got longer wheel bolts. So there's the standard bolt and there's the longer one to accommodate for the spacer. If you don't have those, you are risking the wheel flying off, obviously, because it can't thread through long enough to go through that hub, through the centre of the wheel into the hub with a spacer there. So you have longer wheel bolts to accommodate for that. Let's get these on. I'm not going to hold back, I'm just going to get straight into an edit. I am over the moon how that looks. It fits really well. They're not sticking out too much. They stand out as well. Mate, that looks class. Oh, nearly there. Welding, MOT, add some other bits and pieces, and then we're there.
So we're on our way to the garage to get the welding complete before the MOT the next day. So we grind all the corrosion and the paint back so it's bare metal, cut that section out, weld a plate in with the new bolt to hold the nut to keep the side skirt on, and then put some base coat on and some under seal so it protects anything to do with that area of the metal, and then body colour and done.
Welcome back, people. It's passed. I am absolutely buzzing. Right, so we've got it back. It's Sunday morning. Myself and my mate are going to go down to Caffeine Machine. It's the first time I've driven it properly, so I'll take you along for the ride. I've got an arm for the car to put the camera on. So I'll talk you through what it's like as I'm driving it. I'm not going to go too hard. I'm not used to the car, so let's go. Okay, let's have a go, shall we? All right then. Brakes work. Right, so it is Father's Day, so shout out to my dad. Happy Father's Day. So we're going to go down to Caffeine Machine in, I think it's Stourbridge. Have a coffee, have some breakfast. And generally, if you want to have a little look at the website, there's events on every now and again, and you can just turn up on a random day, a bit like today. And there's usually other enthusiasts there with their cars. There's coffee, chat. If you're into cars, it's a good day out. So that's what we're going to do today. Perfect time to take the TT down, enjoy it a bit. Yeah, we'll see what's about. Take you along for the ride. Let the car warm up and see what it can do. Naughty! But yeah, let's talk about the MOT. So, shout out to Big Ste down at JPM in Sturchley in Birmingham. He picked the car up last Thursday. Did the welding on the rear. I've got some photos. He was a bit too busy to do any footage, which is fine. So I'll get the photos on the edit for you. And it was all plain sailing. Passed. There's one advisory, which is corrosion, which you're going to get, you know, on a 22-year-old car, 24-year-old car, should I add. So, you know, I'm buzzing about that, and it feels like it's on rails, like it grips, it feels solid. The coilovers do make it feel raw on the road. You can feel everything. Oh, hello, hello. I'll wake you up in the morning. Oh, sorry, getting a bit excited. So yeah, it's passed. I've insured it through Greenlaw Insurance. Shout out to them. I'll put them in the description, as well as JPM's website and everything else to do with the MOT. What else could we speak about? God, you're not going to get bored of that. You are not going to get bored of that noise, are you? You're just not going to get bored of it, are you? Oh, it's really nice to drive, this is. We've come a long way, actually. From picking the car up a year ago, here or there, It had no brakes, no battery, no power steering, needed tyres, welding, ABS problem. So good. And it's cost me nothing. Like, big shout out to Lex, mate, you're a legend. We'll meet up soon. For giving it over. It's just so smooth and solid. There's no creaks or noises. Apart from that one. You're just not getting bored of that, are you? It's just, yeah, let's go. Ooh. Oh, runner in the road. Go the fella. Legend. I can't lie, I'm surprised and excited. I'm buzzing. Like, the car's done 126,000 miles and it feels this good. I've mentioned yet, but the gearbox has got a short shifter, so the throw and the actual gear levers a lot shorter, so you can get the gears quicker, and it really impacts the driving experience. Like, it's so quick, and the car's actually tuned and set up for quick acceleration, because the most turbo cars are spooling and boosting at about 2.5. This is more around 2, it feels. So the power's a bit lower down the rev range, which is giving you that extra boost quicker. So let's talk about what's to come. So I need a front bumper, and I could do with some adjustable rear arms, because the camber's like this at the moment, which isn't going to help tyre wear. I mean, the camber looks great, but it's only on the rear, so we need to get some of those, and there's 2 sets on the rear each side, so that could be expensive, so we'll have to see about that. I also want the K-brace in the back, because I'm trying to build a street car, so a car that's capable on track but can be used on the road civilised. So I want like a bit of a bleed effect between the 2, track and every day. So we've arrived. Same Jack. Love it, man.
Hello, TT.